Hello everyone, welcome back to the Will the Reaper channel. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the core FNAF games based off of difficulty only on their first 5 nights. I'm not going to do custom or anything custom nights, 2020 mode. That will be for a different video because that whole thing, completing each game is an entirely different can of worms. So, let's get right down to it for the first 5 nights. FNAF 1 is going to get hard. Because Freddy can be a massive nuisance to you if you don't really know how he operates and stuff. Also, Foxy can be a little bit annoying, but it's nothing too bad. Bonnie and Chica you really don't have to worry about, but it's really just Freddy that moves around a lot, and he can be somewhat of a hindrance to you. So that's FNAF 1. FNAF 2 is going to get somewhat easy, although there are a lot of animatronics coming after you. None of them are super difficult. Foxy doesn't really stay in the hallway that much. None of the toy animatronics are really a problem. But most importantly, this is the biggest thing. The music box isn't really winding down that much. It's not super fast, which makes it not easy, but it makes it very tolerable. Not hard, but it is still a little bit difficult. FNAF 3 is going to get extremely difficult. Because not only does Springtrap move around a lot, but the Phantoms are also extremely aggressive, which is just not good at all. You need a good amount of luck, like a pretty good amount of luck to beat the 5th night. But I mean, Nightmare and Aggressive Nightmare are like so much worse. But I mean, still though, the 5th night, Springtrap just moves around a lot. It's extremely difficult. Especially with the Phantoms always coming after you. So FNAF 3 is going to get extremely difficult. FNAF 4 is going to get easy. Because FNAF 4 is one of the only games that really does not require that much luck. And if you watch my future videos, or if you see my past videos, I hate luck. Because although it makes it interesting, luck can also make it impossible. And FNAF 4 does not, it's like 10% luck. The entire game is like 10% luck, really. There's not much luck to be involved. I guess other than Foxy moving around a lot, but still. The first 4 nights are literally nothing bad besides the fact that your heart's pounding because how scary the game is. The first 4 nights aren't that bad. Foxy almost never goes in his closet. And then the 5th night, I mean, I love the 5th night so much in FNAF 4. But it's not really difficult. Just follow the laughter, follow the footsteps, and yeah, that's it. So FNAF 4 is going to get the easiest out of all of them. Now, FNAF Sister Location is going to get extremely difficult because, firstly, the first 3 nights aren't bad at all. I don't know, maybe the power night with Freddy can be a bit difficult, but also the Foxy. Oh my God, running in the hallway with Foxy is so annoying. That is also very difficult. However, the 4th night was so difficult when the game first came out that Scott Cawthon actually had to nerf the whole night because it was super difficult. For those of you that don't know what the 4th night is, you're put in a spring lock suit and you have to wind up screws. If any of them fully become unscrewed, you die. And then you also have these mini arenas going up on either side, and you have to constantly shake to the left or right to knock them off. If any of the mini arenas go above the walls that you're shaking them off of, you die as well. However, any time you shake the walls, the screws start unwinding. So it's really just a huge game of stamina. There's not a lot of luck involved in that night, but it's just a lot of stamina. It's super, super annoying. And lastly, you have the Entered night. Now, the 5th night itself isn't super difficult. I always do bad when putting in Circus Baby's keypad. I'm either too late or I mess up and I die. That's not really the problem here. The big problem is Entered. Because I think Entered is the best night out of all the FNAF games. Out of like the entire series, I love the 5th night with Entered. However, he takes a while to get the hang of. I mean, it's either your power runs out or he's extremely fast. You have to listen to new audio movements and everything like that. So I'd say when I first played it, I'd say you'd probably die at least 5 or 6 times before you'd either beat the night or at least get the hang of it. But regardless, you still die a lot in sister location before you actually learn how to do anything. So for that reason, it's like extremely difficult. But once you do get the hang of Ennard, he's really not a problem. But again, though, he does move around a lot, and you also have the fourth night, and then also the Foxy Step in the third. I think the third night. So for that, it's just location's gonna get extremely difficult. And lastly, Pizzeria Simulator is gonna get borderline impossible. Now, obviously, you can just beat the whole game without doing anything, right? But I'm assuming that once you start off the game, right, you want to keep things interesting. Excuse me, you want to have all the animatronics with you. You want to salvage everything, and then you're also going to take on the advertisements and everything, right? Get the extra revenue. Doing so makes Pizzeria Simulator very difficult. Because if you think about it, you're also like by essentially salvaging all the animatronics, you're essentially like completing the game. But that's also just completing the first 5 nights. That's also completing the 5 nights of Pizzeria Simulator anyway. Now, obviously, you can put it in hard because depending on how you go, that's going to alter it. So it can be really easy or really difficult. But I'm assuming that you're going to salvage all the animatronics and stuff because you want to keep things interesting. You want to have the ad revenue, so you take all the ads and stuff like that. Doing so makes it borderline impossible because, firstly, I've never beaten Pizzeria Simulator before. I have not made it through the third night with both Scrap Trap and Molten Freddy, and possibly like some other thing if I took like a broken down item. But it's just so difficult. There's so much luck involved. Firstly, when they spawn in, they can teleport like anywhere. So they can teleport like right next to you if they wanted to. And I'll play the audio box. I'll play audio, and they'll run away. And then the second I start printing something out, right? I start doing a task. The second I look onto the screen using the motion sensor, they're like right in the hallway next to you, and now you have to look into the hallway. You have to look into the vent. Hopefully, you don't get jump scared. It's so difficult. It's there's so much luck. I really do not know how the mechanics work. Maybe it's a me problem. Maybe it's just that Pizzeria Simulator is just unbelievably difficult. But then also with the animatronics, you have to worry about like ads popping up at like the worst time. So for that reason, Pizzeria Simulator is like the hardest 5 nights in the entire franchise. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I hate the game. I love the game, but like I just hate the nights. It's so difficult. It's very unique, having to do all you get equipment and do all the tests, but it's so unbelievably difficult. So that is the comprehensive FNAF tier list of difficulty. Pizzeria Simulator is getting borderline impossible. FNAF 3, Sis location are getting extremely difficult. FNAF 1 is getting hard. FNAF 2 is getting somewhat difficult. FNAF 4 is getting easy. So, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. If you guys have different opinions, let me know. If you guys agree with me, let me know as well. I just want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this game. Join me for my next video where I'll be ranking them based off of completeness, which is something entirely different. Trust me. This tier list is going to be very, very different. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.